This is the real question, how this is going to hurt people already thinking how we're going to make ends meet and looking to an autumn and a winter with ever higher fuel and food prices.
Absolutely. And all we're seeing across the network of over 20,000 local charities in the UK and Ireland is this increased demand for support. And what's really challenging is that for many of them, they're seeing a drop in financial support as well. So it's already the perfect storm before today's announcement. But what I think has troubled many is the fact that in a bit of research we carried out back in June, 95% of the local causes that responded said that they were seeing the cost of living crisis creating demand from people that had not needed to ask for support before. And so that is a worrying trend.
This is what the politicians call hard-working families, as if others don't work very hard. But it's not just those that we would normally think of as being poor who are really going to feel the pain.
Unfortunately, yes. I mean, we've seen it, in terms of the in-work individuals who are needing to, and perhaps historically might have used food banks to top up the weekly shop, are now obviously needing to rely on them more. So that dependency is ever greater. And as they sort of heard the food bank network being referred to as the fourth emergency service, is a real challenging reflection of where things are at right now.
And what do you think an incoming government, the new Prime Minister, could do to help with that? Some kind of social emergency measures?
Well, I think it's multifactorial in the way that if you look to those that can provide support at a time like this, obviously David Butterworth was brought in by the government to be the cost of living czar, and he's been talking to various industry sectors as to the extent that they can provide support. And obviously the retail sector is an area, certainly from a food provision perspective, that has responded in very creative ways. There are multiple food surplus redistribution programs across the industry. But what's been good to see is that there's been a response by that sector to provide multiple layers of support. And recently, Lidl announced their community fund, with sort of £500,000 that's providing up to £5,000 grants to the local causes that are already managing to provide support through collecting surplus food from their stores across the country, but then providing that additional financial support to be able to then help with food provision areas and also sort of provide additional cooking provision.